Alright, we'll do, probably about day 10, 11. We had a flurry of contractors in here last week that really knocked a bunch of stuff out for us, some of the important stuff, but kitchen's still the same. I started working on the floor tile. We'll have to do that this week. Luckily, there's no asbestos in the kitchen that we have found so far. The main living areas that had tile under them, there was no asbestos in there, but so before we got the carpeting out, but we got things cleaned up a little bit more. So we got the flooring out of the vast majority of the house. So we can start going to town on that. Luckily all the flooring, the 9x9 tiles that we had here were non-asbestos. The linoleum here was non-asbestos. The tiles underneath are the same as what was under here, we believe, so that was all non-asbestos. So we were able to clean everything out. We got all the flooring out of here, all the tiles out of there. Unfortunately, there is some asbestos in the bathroom. There's some linoleum in here that we found that is asbestos there and underneath the sink. So it looks like underneath these tiles it's asbestos, so that we're gonna have to wait for Bluestone Environmental to come and do the proper demo on that. Tammy got the floors cleaned up in here pretty good yesterday, so we're hoping maybe we don't have to refinish them, maybe we can just reseal them or do a little touch up on them. We're gonna look into that, but they definitely look way better. We got a wall patching we have to do there, but these bedrooms, we got the closets cleaned out. They're coming along, getting ready for paint here. So it's definitely looking up a little bit. This one here still, again, a big sunspot here. We're gonna have to look at, hopefully not refinishing the whole floor, maybe we can just do part of it, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, again, everything, taking the closet out there. We've been working on some wall patching here and there. And then downstairs was the big work. The guys from Hayes and Sons came and demoed the whole downstairs. I had done the ceiling, Tammy and I did the ceiling. They came in and redid the rest. I've taken out a bunch of the old wiring that we don't need, but this is pretty much down to the studs and the vast majority of it. We left a little bit of the paneling where it wasn't bad, but we've gotten everything down. The bathroom ripped out here. The pan is still in there for that, but got most of the demo out, cleaned everything up over here, took everything out of the ceiling, unwired the party lights, which weren't working anyways, but tore out a bunch of old wiring out of here, and hoping to get everything dried up. We've had some water over here in the past, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on this and see how it does. The chimney was leaking some, so we got that tarped up upstairs, but yeah, they really came and knocked everything out. And then we had SWAT Environmental came and put our radon system in, so we got that pulling from there, and it pulls all the way over. Had them drill Peanut's loving the big area to run down here. We drilled a pilot or a test hole all the way to the far corner over here, so we're drawing vacuum all the way over there. So our radon levels here are at 0.5, which is really good for this area. So start out at 9.2 when we did the testing prior to purchase. Again, everything's tore out here, and this will be a long-term project down the road. For now, we'll just be leaving most of this area, but it did have a kitchen set up over here, so we'll probably redo that. Definitely looking up here, looking like a manageable project at this point in time. Outside, the guys from Bluestone Trees, peanut weights. They came and cleaned up a bunch of the back. Took out a pine tree that was back here that kept having to be cut back because it was in the power lines. Took out some of the honeysuckle and stuff. Cleaned up some of that, and then I did some more cleanup, but the backyard's looking better, and took out some bushes over here that were invasive by the shed. We've done some repair or some caulking around the chimney flashing. We got the chimney cap covered up. We still got to do some more work for drainage over here and get this draining away from the house a little better in the long run. But there you can see the radon fan. And the radon installation, which is pretty common out here, ducted up a couple feet above the roof line. The front's pretty much the same. They did have one of our trees here that they had to, one of the big oak trees, they had to put a safety line on it. They didn't want to start trimming on them now because the trees are starting to grow here in the spring, so it's the wrong time to trim. I guess the insects will get to them. But there's a black line up there that is tying a couple of the big limbs together, just in case, just to make sure that gives it a little extra support. And we still have our concrete problem around the house, still trying to figure out what to do with that and how to either get this raised up or most likely just tear it out and redo it, but trying to find a contractor that can come in and do that. So my back doesn't have to tear all that out. And that's about it. Just cleaned up a bunch of the yard, cleaned up a bunch of the, there's a big vine that was growing down there on the corner of the street that was blocking all the water flow. And when it rains, underneath the driveway, and cleaned up these bushes a bunch. I took a couple trees out that were growing right next to the house there. They were too close, and trimmed these up so we can actually drive through here. A big improvement by the shed there where they took all that honeysuckle out, along the fence line here where they pulled all the honeysuckle out. So that's about what we've gotten done in the last 10 days.